All right, lesson 91, video part 2. Here we go. So, find part 2 in your textbook. Please wait, because I have a lot to explain for this part. So find part 2 in your textbook in lesson 91. So you have 4 problems there, A, B, C, and D. To work these problems, you have to divide. But the problems are written, so you have to read them carefully. I'll repeat, to work these problems, you have to divide. But the problems are written, so you have to read them carefully. Problem A. Mary uses 18 pounds of potatoes to make mashed potatoes. She needs to make 6 meals. How many pounds is each serving of mashed potatoes? So, what's the amount there? What amount do you have before you divide? The amount you have before you divide is 18 pounds. So, what is our division problem that we need to use to solve this? The equation that we need to solve this is 18 divided by 6. We're dividing by 6 because she needs to make 6 meals. Problem B. Each perfume bottle holds 2/5 ounce. How many bottles can be filled if there are 4 ounces of perfume? So, what's the amount we start with on that equation? We start with 4 ounces. And then it wants us to, what are we dividing by in this problem? What does it tell us? Each bottle holds 2/5 of an ounce. So we're going to divide that 4 by 2/5. All right. Problem C. How many 5/8 pound servings of shrimp can be made from 10 pounds? So, what's the amount that you have before you divide? 10 pounds. All right, A, B, we're on C. So we have 10 pounds. So what are we dividing it into? What kind of groups? 5/8 pound servings. So this is going to be divided by 5/8. Problem D. A whole pizza weighs 7.5 pounds. The pizza is cut into 8 equal slices. What does each slice weigh? Well, what's the amount you have before you divide? The amount you have before you divide is 7/8 pounds. 7.5 pounds. 7/2 pounds. And you're turning it into how many equal slices? 8. So you're dividing 7.5 pounds divided by 8. And problem, that was it. A, B, C, and D. So, I want you to go back to the beginning and work each problem. Check your work. Make sure you have everything set up correctly and answer each of these. Don't forget to label your answer. I'll be looking for this when you turn in your work. All right, so let's switch gears. Pause the video now if you need to continue working on these. Find part 3 in your textbook. In part 3 in your textbook, all these problems have 3 names and 2 questions. Problem A. 3/4 of the flowers were roses. 28 flowers were not roses. How many flowers were there? How many roses were there? Write the letter equation for the facts. Stop when you've done that much. Pause the video now to do that. So, for problem A, the letter equation you should have is 1/4 F equals n. N represents not flowers. Or sorry, not roses. So, yes, 1/4 f equals n. Put in the number the problem gives and work the problem. So, what does it tell us in here? How many flowers were not roses? 28. So you're going to cross that out and put 28. Pause the video now to work the problem. The answer you should have is 112 flowers, because you're solving for f. I'll be looking for you showing your work, not just writing the answer. All right, now you can figure out the answers to the other question the problem asked. So you work the problem 112 minus 28. So if you know you have 112 flowers, 28 of them were not roses. What do you have left? The amount for roses, which should be 84. All right. So, problem B. 3/10 of the doors were open. There were 28 closed doors. How many doors were there? How many doors were open? Write the letter equation, work the problem, and answer both questions. Pause the video now to work. So, the first question asks, how many doors were there? What's the answer? The answer you should have is 40 doors, because you're starting out with 7/10 D equals C. And you know that the number it gives you for C is 28. After you solve that, you should have D equals 40, which is doors. Then you have the second question, which says how many doors were open. So what you take is 40 minus 40D minus 28C equals 12O. Open doors. Just like so. All right. Problem C, I'll read it to you and you can work it on your own. 4/7 of the plates were dirty. There were 21 wet plates. How many dry plates were there? How many plates were there in all? Work the problem, write answers to both questions. Remember to put the unit names in the answers. Just like so. Just like so. So, you should have, pause the video now to work it. What you should have is 28 dry plates and 49 plates. Remember, if you're having any issues solving these, hit me up on the chat feature on Teams. So, we are going to switch gears to go over your independent work. So find part 4 in your textbook. These problems are part of your independent work. You have to rewrite a number before you work each problem. So, problem A says 5 and 2/9 minus 2 and 7/9. 5 and 2/9 minus 2 and 7/9. So, the denominators are the same, so you can work them. But this is smaller, so you still need to borrow from here and add 9/9 over here, which will give you 11/9. Now you can work the problem. Here you'll have 11 minus 7 is 4/9, and 4 minus 2 is 2. There's your answer. The next one, problem B. It's tricky because it says 7 minus 3 and 2/5. Well, there's no fraction here. That doesn't mean that it's just going to be 2/5 at the bottom, because you still need a fraction to subtract that from. because right now it would say 0/5. So what you need to do is cross that out, make it 6, and take in 5/5 over here. Now you can work the problem. So that is part of your independent work. Keep this in mind. And your independent work begins now. So you have lesson 91, independent. You have textbook 4 through 12 and workbook part 4. Get busy.